calm sanity as they cover this man, and they can't do it when they're reacting to every single little thing he says and does with extreme levels of outrage or with false stories. And so there will be pushback, and I think what's important for the media to understand is that a lot of American people are not on the side of the media. They feel they have been poorly served by them. So if we want to do a good job holding him accountable, we have to get our house in order.
I totally agree with your assessment of where people are as far as what they think about the media. Clearly, that's not a winner. We're low on the totem pole.
It is. We should all keep our heads about us. There's no question about it. And you can't. And as we've talked about before, if you get so spun up over everything Trump does, then he'll control everything that you do. Democrats who are controlled by Trump because they're responding to his outrages. However, summoning the press to a meeting to be dressed down about reporting on crowd sizes is not how you start. It doesn't evoke a president who says, we're going to work day one. We are starting with the business of the people on day one. Does not go to Langley and then standing in front of those stars complain about the coverage of his crowd size. That's not getting to work on day one. That's thinking about yourself. That's thinking about your inauguration. That's thinking about your rating.
That said, Charles, he went to Langley with a signal that this was his first stop. He wanted to make sure that the people of the intelligence community knew that he respected them, and he said he's behind them 1,000%.
Look, that was a very healthy choice. It was a very smart choice, and it was a reassuring choice. There was a feud that he had with the outgoing heads of the intelligence agencies, and this was his way of saying that was essentially me and what he sees as the political heads of the agencies. It is not an attack on you, the people who work inside. I respect you, I will support you. That's a great message. But unfortunately, when you look at the transcript, he wanders around in a way that is rather troubling. At one point, citing the fact that he had an uncle who was a professor at MIT, and he's quite smart, Trump himself. This is sort of a meandering thing that you can do in an early interview when you're a candidate, but he's president. And when you're standing in front of the stars, which is a solemn place, a sacred place, you should show a little more discipline.
The CIA people gathered there seemed to give him a lot of applause in what he was saying. He's clearly off teleprompter, and he's doing his thing. I mean, it's more campaign speech than it is, the scripted speech that we see from presidents at events day to day.
Right, and the crowd that was there, they were people who wanted to be there. They were people who asked to come to it. So it's not entirely surprising that they would be more receptive to what he was saying than others. But it's absolutely true that these rank and file agents have been caught in the crossfire of a war that Trump had with intel chiefs. And